All right, friends, welcome to our team call. It's on Tuesday this week instead of Wednesday because tomorrow's my birthday. So sorry, we're not going to have it. I'm super excited about the call tonight. Lindsay's going to share some tips. But first, I wanted to go over a couple of announcements. Our next Nail Boss workshop is on Wednesday, April 17th. I posted the schedule inside of the team page. So if you decided, like on the poll, if you wanted to be a part of the main posts or doing a business blessing or whatever, then that is all on the team page. So make sure you comment under that. If you were not asked to do one this month, but you wanted to, I'm sorry. I tried to get everybody, as many people as I could on it. So I will push you guys on for next month. If you are not a part of the workshop in the posting capacity, I still ask that you be on to answer questions for people and participate as much as you can and invite as many people as you can, because this is the time for you to invite without any pressure from yourself or having to know all the answers. You could be a brand new stylist and still have, okay, mute yourself, you guys, if you're just hopping up. You can still have plenty to offer to someone, because we're going to be giving you guys all the goods of what it means to be a stylist. So invite all your friends and people who you think might be good at it, especially people maybe from your VIP group. Sorry, I'm looking around. Who maybe are showing signs to you that they may be a great stylist. That's a great way to look for people. So that's the first announcement. Muting audio, hold on. And I think I got everybody. Okay. That was really all that I wanted to talk about. I keep telling you guys I'm working on a calendar, a team calendar, like a marketing calendar for you. And I really am. It's just been crazy lately. So I am working on that. It's going to have like different things on each day that would work for you to move your business forward, and challenges during the month that will be great for you. So keep an eye out for that, but maybe give me a couple days because my sister's in town for her birthday. Okay, I can't see if anybody else is not muted, so if you aren't, then mute yourself. But I'm going to introduce Lindsay. So Lindsay has been a stylist for, I don't know,
6 months.
6 months now. And she just hit senior director last month, so exciting. And she, as we all know, has been on top of the leaderboards for the company in sales and in recruiting for several months now. She is seriously a rock star, and we all know it. And I was talking to her the other day, and I'm like, could you just share some of your tips on parties? Because parties are where she's getting majority of her PV from. And so I said, can you just give us some tips? And she was talking to me about a couple of things that she was doing. I'm like, oh, you got to share it. So I asked her, and she said yes for the call. So I'm going to have Lindsay take it over, and then I'm muting more people here. And then if you guys have any questions as we go ahead and use the chat bar on the right, and we will try to answer them as we go or at the end. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I took my other one off my computer because I think I'm freaking you guys out, but I'm not going to be able to see comments as I talk. So I'm just going to kind of go ahead and I'm going to share my information. And then at the end, maybe if Julie, if you want to chime in and read the comments or the questions, I can do my best to answer them. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for asking me to kind of share some of the things I've been doing. Not to say that what I'm doing is the only way to do things. You guys trust me, because I kid you not, pretty much every week I change something on what I'm doing within my VIP group and in my parties based on what kind of flopped or what was working really well. I feel like I'm in kind of a good groove right now. I have done a training already before on hostess coaching, and tonight I'm going to touch on that because I think it is so important, and I do want to hit on some of that. But tonight I want to just talk a little bit more about having a sense of urgency when it comes to your parties, when it comes to talking about them, when it comes to booking them, when it comes to running them, when it comes to closing sales in them and closing out those parties. Because honestly, you guys, when you come across to somebody like, we need to do this and we need to do this now, you're going to close things. When you keep extending things and extending sales and extending parties and all this stuff, people forget about it. I mean, think about when someone invites you to something or tags you in something and you see it and you like kind of forget about it and you forget to go back to it to check in on it. I mean, that's what's happening to all these girls that are within your party. So we want there to be a sense of urgency. So the first thing I want to say is that each and every single one of you are freaking amazing. Okay. You are all stinking amazing. And every single person that is in your VIP group is lucky to be there. And they are lucky that you are offering to host parties for them. You need to go into this with the mindset that you are important and that you are amazing at what you do. I think a lot of us are very sheepish about like, oh, well, can I host a party for you? No, you walk in there, girl, and you own it. Own it. You are going to throw them an amazing party. You're going to get them amazing hostess rewards. And then you're going to bring all these girls from this party into your VIP group who are then going to turn into amazing customers and possibly amazing stylists along with you. Okay. So I know you guys see my numbers and my sales. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this up for. Honestly, I just don't. But I do get a lot of sales within my VIP group because my VIP group is large. However, I have like 870 girls in my VIP group. Yes, it's big, but when I did my girls' night in the other night, I got about 50 to 80 comments on each post that I was putting up. So think about that percentage. 50 people as compared to 800 in my group, okay? So when you guys are talking about not getting comments and things like that, we just need to keep growing. And the way that my VIP group has grown is because of my parties, mostly. So when you are booking parties, and I mean, I don't want to completely talk about booking parties, but you know, there's a lot of different ways to go about them. I mean, one thing that we have at our fingertips, which is so amazing, is that stinking Google form for your sample requests. Really use that spreadsheet. Go back and refer to it when it comes to people saying that they might be interested in hosting an online nail bar. When they check that box, they have given you permission to reach out. You don't need to be sheepish about it. You message them. I prefer voice messages. If you are with me on my team, you guys know that you hear my voice 100 times a day because I don't got time to type. On top of that, your voice is personal. They want to hear you. When you message them a voice message right there, that just completely changes the game. So when they say that they might be interested in learning more about hosting an online nail bar, get on your messenger and send them a message and say, hey girl, I'm so excited. I got your sample in the mail for you. I can't wait for you to try it. I also saw that you are interested in hosting a nail bar. I have these 2 dates available. Which one works best for you? And tell me which nail strip you want as your hostess gift or whatever it is that you're offering. I offer one nail strip. That is it. I don't put together big care packages and gift cards and all that stuff. One nail strip. And I only give it to them if their party qualifies because I want to make sure that my hostesses are holding up their end of the bargain. However, if they are holding up their end of the bargain and their party just cannot and doesn't, I still sometimes send it. But that's up to you. You make your own rules. But talk to them like it's already happening. Okay. If you're sheepish, like I hear you might want to have a party. I have all these days available. Why don't you think about which one you like and what one would work for you and la, 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 la. No, talk to them like it's already happening. Okay. Give them a sense of urgency. Don't give them the 50 dates that you have available. Give them 1 or 2 because you're busy. You're busy. Okay. And you are important and they are lucky that you reached out to them. So yes, I put in here like seem busier than you are. They don't need to know. They don't need to know that you have all of April still available. They might know that you have April 22nd available and that's the one that they need to snatch up. Another thing that I was thinking about as I was taking off my facial mask upstairs a little bit ago was something that I've done a few times. I have had hostesses that have kind of flaked on me, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But one thing that I like to do, and you don't need to like have a hostess that flakes on you, but like jump in your VIP group and be like, oh my gosh, I just had a last minute opening for a party starting on Tuesday. Who wants it? First one to comment below and send me the name of the nail strip they want gets it. And then you can also remind them of the hostess rewards. But like that sense of urgency, like I've got an opening and I'm offering it to you girls first. Who wants it? probably someone's hopefully going to bite. And even if you don't really have a last minute opening, make it sound like you have a last minute opening, okay? Fill it, be excited about it. So I'm going to touch on hostess coaching because you guys, it is so hard and it is so important because your parties, like I said before, I do get sales within my VIP group, guys, but the majority of my sales come from my parties. And on average, I'm hosting 4 to 6 parties a week. And yeah, so that's where a lot of them are coming from. Not every single one of them qualifies by any means. I did have one last week that did not. And there's quite a few that I have to drag across the finish line. And I'm going to talk about how I do that too. So when I do my hostess coaching, the week before the party starts is when I'm reaching out to those hostesses. And I did make a hostess coaching video and I explained like what I really want them to do. But I also shared a graphic yesterday within the team page and in my Nail Chicks team thread, basically in a nutshell of everything that I tell my hostesses. And what that kind of comes down to is how it's their job to invite and how to do it, how they need to be commenting within the party on your posts too. Like they can't just expect that you do the work and they just sit back and it all just happens for them. I explain the importance of tagging the girls in the comments, especially if they're not getting the notifications or they're not seeming to participate, or especially if it's something that they can relate to somebody like, hey, Amy, Lindsay just posted this. This totally made me think of you, that sort of thing. Have them post in the group. Have them ask questions in the group. Have them share what they like about Color Street. And then make sure that when you're making your thank you posts, you're tagging them in those so they can also thank their guests for being there and for their order. With my hostess coaching, like I said, the week prior is when I kind of send them that information. And all I'm really wanting them to do at that point is to start sharing on their personal page. I really don't want them to talk about a party. I just want them to lay the foundation. I told them to write down like a couple things they love about Color Street and every day make a post focusing just on one thing at a time. And anyone who comments on that or likes it, those are the people they're going to then privately message, letting them know that they're having a party starting on this day, that their friend is going to send out a free sample if they've never tried it before. I try to like say if they've never tried it, because like Brittany, you know, I just sent out a sample to your friend who's tried Color Street 100 times and hates it, but yet she wanted my sample again. Whatever. I also, one thing that I do once I do that and give my sample link to my hostesses is every single morning, that's one of the things I do every morning, is I print out all of my labels for my shipping. And then I message each hostess with the names of their friends that requested samples, because I have a section on my form that says, if you're here for a party, which hostess invited you? So I can look back and I know exactly that. I know that Amy belongs to Julie, and that is who I'm going to make sure that she knows. And I want to give my hostesses that power so they can follow up. So I don't have to do all of that because I'm already doing enough, right? Plus they don't know me from Flo, so whatever. I give them the power, and then I also do not start their party until they've like filled it. Okay. And I'm not talking, I do tell them 15 to 25 people, but if they only have 3 people in the group and one of them is me and one of them is her, I'm not starting that party. And don't feel like, oh, but I need to start it. Oh, I want it to be good. It's not going to be good with 3 people. It has to have more. You know, she's got to have 4 or 5 of her friends placing buy 3, get 1 free orders in order for it to even qualify. And you know that all 5 of those girls aren't going to order. So you have to have at least, I say 10 to 15, but more. And if she's not going to fill it, then don't start the party. Don't waste your time, because guess what? Your time is valuable, and because you're a badass. And you don't need to waste your time on a hostess that isn't going to put in her end of the bargain, okay? Because remember, you're busy. You're busy. All right. Let's see. Next thing I wanted to talk about. Okay. I always make my hostesses the admins of the group. And I do not accept one person into that group. I want her to see, and I changed the settings so only admins and moderators can approve people in. I want her to see which of her friends is accepting to join, or is asking to join the group. And you guys all know by now, you're telling them not to press that damn invite button. Do not press the invite button. You want them to send the link. And I tell the same information to all the same girls, and they all take it differently. And I'm like, Sarah, I told you, girl, don't press the invite button, but they still will. But I want her to see who's coming in. Then I tell her, this hostess, now that we have some people in your group, you have the first job. You are going to be the very first person to post in your group because your friends are there for you. They're not there for me. And I give them a screenshot of a post that one of my actual stylists did. And it's basically like kind of like a party poll. I ask them to include a picture of them and their nails. And then I have them ask, like, what do you know about Color Street, or have you tried it before? And they use different color hearts and say, like, I tried it, I love it, I'm a newbie, I need to learn more, whatever. And I want them to post something that's engaging because I want the party to have engagement before I even set foot in there. And then I tell her once she has done that and the engagement has started, that's when I will start posting. I always use the method that I use every Tuesday within my VIP group. And if you go on your computer, there's the button on the upper right-hand corner that says welcome new members. And I will click on that button, and I usually make that post on it because my parties start Wednesdays. I usually do it on Tuesdays, and it will automatically generate and tag all of the people that are in the group. And I post some sort of interactive post/question. I usually flip-flop between two. I'll do a roll call post where I'm asking them questions, answer, and include a picture. Or I'll do like drop a GIF below that shows us how you know the hostess. So we're gaining that interaction. They're getting tagged now, and now they're interacting. And this is again where you tell your hostesses to comment and respond and like, okay? So after I have done that, that's when I'm gonna add Post My Party to the group. I haven't even added, because I use Post My Party for all my parties, and you might not use that. If you do, I like to get that interaction going before I add it to the group, because I think Facebook algorithms are weird, and I'm finding good success with that. So then I'll add Post My Party, and then my party post will start. Julie pointed something out to me that I didn't realize that I was doing that other people weren't. Yes, I have my template that posts for me at the right times on the right days, but that doesn't mean that I am totally hands off now within the party. I try to comment on every single thing that people post in the group. I try to like every single thing that I can, and I post within the party things that are relevant as well. So if I change my manicure, I'm going to post that in there. If there are restocks, because you guys know things have been a little crazy lately, I'm going to post in that group. Obviously, that's not in my template. If there is a release like today with the baseball nails, I'm going to post that in the party. Just because it's not in my template doesn't mean I'm nope, not going to talk about it. And I don't care if there are restocks, I don't care if there are things out of stock. I don't care if there's a spring launch. I'm still running my parties as if it's just a normal day. Okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, we're really low on stock, so maybe let's postpone your party, or the spring launch is coming in 2 weeks, so let's wait for that. No, right now. We're doing it right now. I always do what was I going to say? The other thing that is really good too, especially if you're not getting interaction within your group, is to go live. Go live. Nobody really cares what you're talking about, but Facebook likes it when you go live. So the times that I go live in the group are at this time. If you want to do an application, that's a great time to hop into your parties and show it. You don't need to do a whole 10-finger application, but you can throw 2 nail strips on if you are changing your nails. I have a lot of parties each week, so I don't do that because I just can't line it up to when I want to change my nails. And quite honestly, I like doing it on the couch watching TV with my husband. But if you have that luxury, go for it. I do a video in the beginning of my parties that explains how it's going to run. But I've been doing Battle of the Hostesses, where I put my hostesses together. So now I just have one party group instead of 6. And so I try to go live at the beginning to talk about how the party is going to run. So however your party runs, I'm going to be posting this is what Color Street is. You want to request a sample, whatever it might be, letting them know what to expect from your specific party and the way that you choose to run it. And then I always go live at the end to do the drawing for the free nail sets that I give out after my girls' night in. So I typically go live twice in every party, sometimes 3 times. like I said, I do a girls' night in at the end. It's kind of the culmination. It's kind of fun. They look forward to it. And that's when I give away nail sets to people who have ordered and supported their hostess. That is not a must. That is you decide how you want to run it. That's just the way that I choose to do it. Within my girls' night in, I have a couple of posts that really help my business. Obviously, there's a post where they can earn points if they placed an order, whether they placed it that night or whether they placed it already throughout the week. That's fantastic. There is a post about booking parties, and I give them specific dates that I have available and the specific number of like slots that I have available for that day. So again, like that's your sense of urgency. Like, this is what I have. You can earn this many points if you book with me tonight. Message me the name of the nail strip you want or drop it below, claim your date. Like, and points are only available tonight. Like, let's do it, girls. You can also, talk about too, like what they can get if they book a party. I do talk about that as well. I have a post that they can earn points if they've joined my VIP group. Many of them already have, because they have requested a sample from me and it tells them to. Outside of my parties, if I have a person that comes to my Facebook page and requests a sample, I will make sure before I send that sample that she has in fact joined my VIP group. I'm not very good at keeping track of that with my parties, but I want them to come join my VIP group, obviously. Where's the other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, and then I also included a post within the night where they ask me questions about being a stylist, or what any questions they have about what I do as a stylist. So right there, you're planting seeds. It doesn't mean that Mary is going to sign up that night with you, but now Mary's asked a question and you've broken the ice with her. Now she's kind of thinking about it. And then probably Mary has joined your VIP group and she's seeing like your success and how much fun you're having. And, her wheels are starting to spin, all because of that one post, which I also throw into my VIP group sometimes too. Just like, hey, ask me a question. I'll, someone will win a free nail strip for a question that you ask. Thank you, Julie. If someone books a party with you that night, like they say, I want April 8th, you get on that messenger and you message them immediately and tell them how excited you are about having a party for them. Let them know what your expectations are, that they, for them to reach their hostess rewards, they're going to need about 4 or 5 of their friends ordering. Ask them if that sounds doable for them. Because if they're like, no, you don't want to waste your time, get the name of the nail strip they want, get them in your calendar, and let them know that you're going to be in touch with them a week before their party starts. And then go book it. Go book it in your virtual office. They're going to get that email. Now it's really set in stone, right? Also, if they're booking off that party, you're going to want to book it off that current hostess's party so she can get that credit if the new hostess's party reaches 300 in sales, which I did not do for a few months, by the way, guys. So don't freak out if you didn't do that yet. But basically, urgency, do it then, set it in stone so she's less likely to back out or flake on you. Now, the next day, so I do my girls' night in on a Sunday night. Monday, now I'm like, okay, where are these parties at? Have they qualified or not, right? And sometimes they have, and sometimes they haven't. So this is what I do. I hound people, but I like to go through and I like to cross-check my Google form for the people that have requested samples from me, but who have not yet placed an order. Because if I've sent you a sample, you should be ordering, because these samples are amazing, right? 99% of the time, well, sometimes they haven't gotten it yet because the mail's stinking slow. And number 2, going back with that, guys, make sure you give yourself enough time. Like, you have a deadline of the last day that they can receive samples. And your hostess should have been sending that out prior to the party even starting. But I set my deadline on Wednesday, and then I do the drawing on Monday. So hopefully they've gotten it. If they have, sometimes they haven't put it on. So remind them it takes 10 seconds to put it on. And Mary's party's closing tonight. So you need to get an order in tonight. So I kind of push that. So what I'll do is I'll go through, I'll cross-check it. I will send Mary, hey Mary, I just want to let you know, I was just cross-checking. This person requested samples from me, but they have not yet ordered. This might be a great time for you to follow up with these people to make sure that they've tried their samples and that they loved it. Speaking of checking in with people, prior to the girls' night in, that morning, I will message the hostesses as well and let them know, like, hey, we're having our girls' night in. It would be an awesome idea if you would spend a few minutes and message all of your guests privately and reminding them of the girls' night in tonight, and that a free nail set's going to be given away to somebody who has made a purchase. So again, putting that power in her hands too. Even though I have told my hostess, like, this person requested samples but hasn't yet ordered, I usually go and message them too privately. And I will say, like, hey girl, I hope you loved the free sample I sent you. I can't wait. Like, tell me what you thought of it. Mary's party is ending tonight. I know that she's super close to earning her hostess rewards, and I know that she would love any support that you could give her. Here's her ordering link. And I make it really nice. I put a smiley face at the end of it, but basically I'm like, girl, get on there and support her. Like, come on. And that usually helps. So that's like a sense of urgency as well for like the party to end. You don't want them to like hang on and be like, well, maybe I'll order on Thursday. Well, no, because Mary wants her hostess rewards. Like, she wants to close out her party. She wants to get her nail strips. Like, no, we're going to do it tonight. I also will post in the page and I'll say, like, Mary is 2 buy 3 get 1 free orders away from qualifying for her hostess rewards. Will you help her? And if people order, and they usually do, I will wait to put those thank you posts up, because I don't want people to see, oh, well, somebody already ordered. I will usually wait. So if I get 3 orders or 4 orders, well, awesome. Now she just has more hostess rewards to use. And sometimes even if she only needs 1 more order, I'll still say she needs 2 or 3 just to kind of push it over the edge, right? I do my drawing on Monday nights. So the night after the girls' night in, I do that drawing. And I do that drawing on time. I'm not going to like, oh, well, we're just going to wait. No, because there are like 6 people who have ordered. There are 6 people that participated. These people put in their points. They deserve to be in the drawing. I'm not going to hold out for so-and-so because I don't know what she's doing. Like, this is when it's happening. If you want to be in on it, let's get it done. I do that on time, and I don't drag it out. And I think this goes for your VIP groups too. I'm in a lot of VIP groups, and I don't like check into all of them, but I do see a lot of people that are doing like sales, and that your sales are just like, they start like, you know, buy 3 get 2 free until Sunday. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm extending it till Monday. Now it's extended till summer. And when you do that, when you extend these things, you've totally lost a sense of urgency, and people aren't feeling like they need to get it in. So I feel like that goes for your VIP group and for your party. So like, stick to your guns about it. And honestly, guys, like, you probably do a couple different things throughout the month. So if they miss it, then maybe they should get in on the next one. And I bet you those girls are going to check into your VIP group every day to make sure they're not missing out on anything. That helps a lot. The other thing that I do that's kind of, I found helpful. So, you know, when you get people that are requesting samples from a party and then now they're requesting to join your VIP group, I do not accept them into my VIP group until that party is ended. And I don't like to have them in my VIP group because of a couple of reasons. Number one, I usually do like gain sales and giveaways within my VIP group that are only for the girls in my VIP group. You want those girls to order through their hostesses link. So if they are tempted about something in your VIP group, you're taking away from your hostesses party. So I will see girls like when my posts like to join my VIP group, like, I requested, so waiting to be accepted. I'm like, yep, I'll accept you tomorrow. Like, I want to make sure, I don't want them to be confused about where they need to be at that time. So once they have the party kind of ends, then I'll accept them into my group. And then I friend request them. And that's something I just kind of started doing, because you guys know people are going to see things on your personal page as well if they're not in your VIP group, if you're friends with them. So like right there, now you're maybe opening a community for maybe a new stylist, maybe a new friend, I don't know. But I've been trying to be really diligent about friend requesting the girls. I mean, if they don't accept, who cares, right? So at the end of the day, you guys, your time is valuable. You are an awesome stylist. You offer great parties and free incentives to your hostesses and hostess rewards. Remember that when you are booking parties and when you're talking about your parties and the way that you act within your parties. You are a busy girl. Even if you're not, just pretend that you are. And I think when people kind of see that success that you're having and how you throw these awesome parties for their friends, they're going to be more willing and wanting to host their own parties. And that is pretty much what I have for you. I don't know if I missed anything, Julie, but I just want you girls to feel empowered. And the way that you put yourself out there is a huge reflection, I think, of how your business will run. If you're going to be meek and if you're going to be like shy about it, people aren't going to come to you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, so many nuggets from Lindsay. Like, I was like writing down on like sticky notes like the whole time. There's a couple questions that people have asked. And one thing I wanted you to talk about a little bit more, because you kind of blew right over it, but I think it's very important, is the battle of the hostesses and how you do that. Because you talked to me about that, and I think it's totally genius. And so if you could just touch on that a little bit more.
So it all started because I decided that I didn't want to take my foot off the gas in March when we were packing up our house and moving. And I had like 6 parties to do in a week that like we were getting ready to move. And I was panicked about how I was going to do it all and keep up with everything and still be a good stylist. So I decided that I was going to throw all of my hostesses into one Facebook group. I made a cover photo that says Battle of the Hostesses, and at the bottom I just put their names, like Beth, Rachel, Megan, Sarah, right? I put all of them into that group. I made all of them admins, and then I started a group chat with them. And I just said to them, hey girl, so this is the way I've been starting to run my parties, and I'm finding that it's really successful. Instead of having just a small individual group of you and your friends, I'm doing it all together. So basically, instead, guys, of having like 10 people in a group, like 10, 10, 10, 10, or 10, 15, 20, I don't know. Now you've got like 50 to 60 people in one Facebook group. So now you're hopefully getting more interaction. And it gives some people like that, you know, they're like kind of battling it out. They want their friend to win. So I'll go live and I'll talk about it. It's basically the same exact concept, but the only thing that's different is I say that the hostess with the most sales at the end or the most support from her friends gets an extra prize from me. And I didn't want to like have to mail something from my house because postage costs a ridiculous amount. So I've been going on Amazon and I've been sending them those nail polish remover clips. They're like $7. So I send that to my winner. And every couple of days within the party, I will like give the girls an update about which hostess is in the lead. Like Julie right now is in the lead, winning Battle of the Hostesses. Don't forget to support Brittany and Tara. Here's the link. And the link that I use is through Linktree. That's what a lot of people use on Instagram, but like this is so stinking genius, right? You have your Linktree link, and then you can have Jen's party, Sarah's party, Rachel's party, Megan's party, and it's all there. They click on it, they find their hostess, they click on it, and it's done. And so basically I've been doing it now every week because I'm so sick and tired of making, I know it's not like, it's a good problem to have, right? I have a lot of parties, but I'm feeling like having a lot of these little parties isn't quite as successful as having one big. It's like a mega party. And then that way I can send all the hostess information about like, hey girls, remember to tag, remember to invite, remember to comment on this post, or girls night in's happening tonight. Now I only have to do it one time because I have a group chat with them instead of doing it for all of these people. Even if you don't have, no one's ever ordered through the wrong party because it's labeled. So they know that they're there for Jen, they're not there for Rachel. So that hasn't really happened to me yet. And I've done it a few times. Even if you don't have a ton of parties and like you could even pose it in your VIP group. If you have 2 girls in your group or 2 friends in your group, you can do a battle of the hostesses just between the 2 of them and have them invite their people into the group and, you know, kind of like have that competition start. Again, it's urgency, it's exciting, it's fun. They can get an extra prize from you. You can send them whatever the heck you want to send them. You can just send them an extra nail strip if you want.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I love it. One thing that I wanted to reiterate that Lindsay talked about is I love that she is organized enough to have start days on the same time each week, end days, having everything. I think for me, I usually do 2 a week, and then I start forgetting whose I started on the right day and who needs what on this day. And so I think if you guys are having, more than a few parties in a month, that might be something that you guys want to look into doing too, because I think that's amazing. Okay, so let's go through some of these questions.
Yeah, and Julie, I did that because I would always see that you would have like one that would start on a Sunday and another day, and I could not keep it straight at all.
Yeah.
I'd have to have it all on the same day because I can look at my calendar and I know, like, okay, these parties start on Wednesday, so on this day I'm going to do this, on this day I'm going to do that.
Yes, I think that's genius, and it helps so that things don't slip through the cracks. And I hope you guys took notes, and if not, this is recorded so we can go back and you can go back and take notes, because there's so many different nuggets that she talked about inside this group that I think are in this call that I think we'll be able to go back and implement into all of our parties to make them better. Let's see what else I wrote on here. I love that you have your host make the first post. I love that. I usually make the first post and have them do some sort of GIF or something that they drop below, but having them do the first post because it's their friends, that's such a great idea. And then I love the tip about not adding them into your VIP group until after the party's over, because that has happened to me before, where you guys, I've had like people that came to my VIP group from a party, because we had that in our sample form, and I was running a buy 3 get 2 free special, and they ordered from me instead of their host, and I felt so terrible about that. So I think that's a genius way to do it. So maybe not add them into your VIP group or accept them until after the party's over. So okay. Tara says, I do the welcome new guest post too. Discovered this week that Facebook doesn't actually tag all of the guests. Oh, really? I haven't found that to be true, but did about half of them. So I'll look at that and let you know. Brittany said, this is gold. Alicia says, right now with so many out of stock, I had a hostess ask to extend her party. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If she
That's what I would say too.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to our credit, there are still tons of nail sets that are still available. If you know that there are lots of the new ones out, I would focus on posting pictures of ones that are in stock rather than ones that aren't. I found that when I'm posting a picture of my own, like what I'm wearing, that's usually what people want to try and purchase. And so just put up ones of nails that people can still get to. That's all. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, we know that we can have a party open for up to 2 months. Now, I would not recommend doing that, but if they're wanting to order and people are waiting for specific ones, it's totally fine. Jenna says, do you still do a free set as a giveaway if the host party doesn't qualify?
I sure do. And the reason being is because it's not so-and-so's fault that she ordered, but other people didn't. So yeah, I will still send it.
Okay,
that's just what I do.
That's what I do too. What party format do you use? 7 days with the girls' night in at the end, or 5 days?
My party postings start on Wednesday, and girls' night in is Sunday night, and there's like a post on Monday, really. So it's like 5 days.
Yeah, that's what I do too. 5 days. And girls' night in has been what I've been doing lately, and I found that it's either people order on the first day of the party or they wait for girls' night, and that's what, for me anyway, that's what's happening. Allison says, how fun. What do you name the Battle of the Hostess group?
Battle of the Hostesses.
Her groups, usually it says that. Yeah, she has the names on I've seen it, but it like the cover photo says Battle of the Hostess with all their names like she said, and that's what she names it. Easy. Sorry, I answered that for you. You already answered Llewellyn. Nicole says, I tell people to choose their hostess once they are on the site. Is that bad?
I think it's easier I know that people in my VIP group still have like unlinked orders, so they're not always ordering through my party link, like my current one, although I use GoDaddy for that, which is a topic for another day. But I like the idea of always having like the ordering link within your posts. And I usually would put the ordering link in the cover photo as well. So it was always there, but they don't see it. But I really like using Linktree right now because they click on it and it's very obvious who they're attaching their order to.
Yeah. And if you guys aren't familiar with Linktree, Jesse Duncan did a whole call on it, a whole team call, and I could post it here, but I know it's in the team page if you want to use the search function. But essentially, it's really easy if you just Google Linktree. You just put links in, and then people can go. So instead of you like posting 12 different people to order from, it's one, and then they can go back and see. But and let's say like one of your hosts doesn't check out with a party. When they're checking out, it's going to say, do you want to shop with the hostess? And then they get to choose. And I always name my parties generically, like their first and last name, just in case there's two of the same. So Lindsay, how do you say your last name? Percuoco?
Percuoco.
Percuoco. Mm-hmm. So Lindsay Percuoco's nail party, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm always using the first and last name so that people can recognize it as their friend. That's my tip. Megan says, are you sending a message with all this information? I feel like it's a ton to tell a host.
I break it down. So the first thing I do is I usually send them like, okay, your party is going to start, and I send them my hostess coaching video. But I really also I'm going to save the graphic, I think, that I shared for a little bit later, because I think it's more important once the party's kind of starting. But I share my hostess coaching video, and that breaks everything down on what I want them to do. And I also, you guys, I follow up. Like, I let them, I'm like, after you watch my video, check in and let me know, because I want to make sure that they've watched it. And if they haven't watched it, I'm going to check in the next day and be like, hey girl, we're getting close to your party. Wanted to make sure you got the information I sent you yesterday. Put that in her hands. I mean, if she's not going to do her part, you're not going to have a good party. And if she doesn't have the information, I mean, a lot of these girls don't know how Facebook works. And if we don't share it with them, they're not going to know. I will also go and I'll check on her page. I'm going to make sure that she's actually sharing, because if she's not sharing and I'm not getting sample requests, again, I'm not wasting my time. I just canceled a girl's party this last week. She was like dragging it out, and I'm like, girl, how about we reschedule for next week or another time that's better for you, because this isn't going to get you your hostess rewards, and I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
But then I check in like every other day with them, and if they're super close to qualifying, or if I see that they're not participating in their party, I'm going to gently remind them, like, yeah. So it is a lot of information, but I try to break it down. Like right now, for these next few days, your only job is to be posting on your personal page and keeping track of people that you're sending the Google link for. And then on Sundays, I usually create the group, and then I send them information. I add them to the group, and I say, hey, I opened your group. Now we're going to start inviting people through a personal message with your party, with your group link, get them into the group. And then once I see that they're in there, then I'm going to tell them to make a post, and then I will start posting. And so like, I kind of have broken it down for them, so I'm not vomiting on them.
Okay. Jesse says, my host gets so weird when I add them into a group chat and they get silent. Have you ever had this happen?
Yeah, they're quiet in my group chat usually. I mean, it's just a way for me to share the information. They are more than welcome, and sometimes do message me privately, or they just give me the stupid thumbs up, which I hate so much, like, you know, but at least it's something. But I don't really care so much, as long as I'm making sure that I'm giving them the information.
And then Jenna says, how long before the start date do you create the party group?
So my party, my party starts on Wednesdays, and I usually open the group on Sunday.
Okay.
So it gives them enough time to start getting people in to make their initial post, for me to make my initial post and to go live, and then post my party kicks in Wednesday morning.
Perfect. Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can see why Lindsay has a lot of sales, right? I mean, she's pretty consistent with how she's doing things, and she's having lots of parties, and she's doing a great job. So congrats, Lindsay, number 2 in the whole company last month. I can't wait to see what happens this month. And anyway, we went a little bit over today, but I think the information was just so good, we had to keep going. So if you guys have any questions, you can always ask in the team page. I will post the recording, so if you missed this live, you can watch it. And yeah, have a good Tuesday night, friends. Thanks for hopping on. Bye.